Hello everyone, it's Sandra here. This is my first check-in, and I guess your first check-in on our Amazon worms. These worms are being given Amazon tape that hasn't gone through a shredder to see what is left of it after the worms have had their way with it. So I've got a few little extra pieces saved up. We actually haven't had any Amazon boxes come in. So I just have a few little bits saved up, but we still have to check in on these worms, and they're probably hungry. I'm not going to starve them and force them to eat only Amazon tape, but these worms are going to be given, some regular cardboard. There's some regular cardboard shreds. This is obviously a paper towel or a Kleenex. And this is the remnants of the box from AJ's cardboard box challenge. So I want them to eat this cardboard box, but I also want them to eat the Amazon tape. So let's just try to get down into this bucket. This is a bucket system. I don't normally run bucket systems, for long. So this is just a short-term experiment. Let's just see what the worms are doing, if anything, with this Amazon tape. This bin is getting a little dry. So, you can probably see, even in the poor lighting, sorry about that, you can probably see that this is very crumbly material. I haven't seen any living worms yet. So let's just go check over. Usually where the moisture is, the worms will be. This shredded cardboard is still very dry. Obviously this Kleenex is damp. The tail ends of these cardboard box that were way deep in the bin are damp, but I don't see evidence of worms clinging to that either. I'm just going slowly because I'm always suspect that, what I dismiss offhand might not be the truth. So let's go in on this side. Here's our Amazon tape that I put in, and there's a worm. Hello, Mr. Worm. There are not a lot of worms in here. I just put a few in here to test out this system. Oh, there's another one. There's a little bit more lively one there. So the worms are still alive. I don't for a minute think that this Amazon tape is toxic. I'm just curious about what is left after the worms eat it. So here's a piece of the Amazon Prime box. It's definitely damp. You can see the sheen on it. There's the blue side. And here's those stringy glue or reinforced tape strands that you find. Look at them. Look at those reinforced tape strands. I just want to see what happens. What happens to these if they have been a long time in a worm bin? Can the worms eventually take care of them? Or are we fooling ourselves when we put them through our shredder? We're just cutting them up into little pieces, but they end up in our gardens. So this is what I want to find out by not ripping this stuff up, but trying in as much as I can to leave this Amazon tape intact until the worms have had time to deal with it. And you can see them. They're in this bottom level here, which looks like it's an Amazon Prime box. It's probably, well, it definitely is from the AJ's box challenge. Okay, so I'm going to sweeten the pot here for the worms. Take this, worms. If you want to eat that Amazon tape, you are going to get as your prize some yummy watermelon. There's not a lot of worms in here, so I'm just going to put one piece of watermelon. I think they need a little bit more moisture. Is that a cocoon? No, is it? There's a lot of extra space in this bucket for the population of worms, so I am expecting them to breed if they bump into each other, and the watermelon should give them the opportunity to do that. So I'll put the Amazon Prime box down. Now this is partly soil, and normally I never put soil in a worm bin unless if it's just on roots or something that I throw in. But this was the leftover soil from AJ's box challenge. It had a lot of cilantro roots in it, but it had soil in it. It had organic potting soil in it, as well as worm castings. I will moisten down this cardboard on the top. I will give them this extra little bit of Amazon stuff on the top, and I'll cover them up with the plastic, and we will check in on them again and see how they've done in the water with the watermelon in about a week. Okay, bye everyone.